Hey everyone, so I wasn't planning on making a video today. I'm actually going to a conference for my professional business type adventures, career stuff today, but I woke up to the news that QSMP ended. I haven't been in the community for quite a while, and I haven't been in the know and ever since probably Jaden left the QSMP. That's the last time I personally was watching it. I remember the last thing I was watching was when QSMP 2 happened, which was interesting, and by that time I got a job and I pretty much joined the workforce, and I couldn't really make streams anymore from a lot of the creators I followed, which were primarily Slimesicle and Tubbo at that point. But I just wanted to make this video to thank everyone who was a part of the QSMP, because this project did mean a lot to me as well. As someone who is international and who has moved countries and cultures, I really appreciated what the QSMP provided for the gaming space, especially with the real-time language translations. That was huge, and it really showed what could be possible with technology, with this game, with all this stuff. So this server meant a lot to me, even though that I stopped watching it after a while. I met many I found many creators that I wouldn't have watched otherwise, through the server. Slimesicle is a big example. I'm a very big Slimesicle fan now, and I'm still a Jaden fan as well, but it was really cool to see her come out of her shell and interact with everyone and, make this amazing story. I mean this with all the creators and all the admins who were involved in the project. They made this pretty cool story, and even though I couldn't really figure out much, it was very hard to follow at times, because of daily streams and stuff. And now working full-time, I just couldn't really keep up with that. But even though that happened, I really appreciate all the work that went into server. I really loved some of the things that were happening. I remember Purgatory, that was a really big thing at the time, and I was just wait, what's happening? And the whole mystery with Cucurucho, and what is Cucurucho? And of course Fred and Tubbo's love story, or lack thereof. I remember I left around the time that they actually got together, I guess, canonically. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was a very big Tubbo and Fred fan, because I just thought it was a very sweet way to tell some sort of love-like story. And I made an animation about it. I'm sure you see on this channel. It was the first thing that really blew up for me, and I was like, whoa, this is incredible. I'm very excited that people like these characters as much as I do. For me, it's just a silly little hyperfixation I have, or little special interests that I have. And I found a community. I remember going to MCM London last year. I'm from Germany, so it was a pretty big trip, and I remember seeing a Tallulah cosplayer, and I was like, that's the coolest thing. I loved how people humanized these egg characters that were just eggs essentially, and they they not only became their own characters, but they had your human forms, and the fan art and the community was just so cool to be a part of during my time. I remember for a while when I had a Twitter account, I had some QSMP fan art that blew up, and I was just like, this is really cool, not just to see people like my work as well, but also just connect with other people in the community. And that was a very big thing for me, especially because it was a bilingual server. I've never seen cultures come together in the gaming space like that ever, and it was just so beautiful to be a part of. And as I said, so many creators that I wouldn't have found otherwise, like Slimesicle, Selbit, Bagheera, let's see, who else, Fit MC. I wasn't really a part of the whole SMP kind of community before this, but then I saw one day, by chance, Jaden was streaming, and I was like, oh, okay, I love Jaden. Jaden Animations is a big source of inspiration for me when it comes to art. She's one of the reasons I got into animation. And Yeah, like I was hooked ever since, and it was like a really big thing for me for a long time. I met friends in the community. It was a way I could bond with people. It was like so cool while it lasted, and I just wanted to make this video to be like reminisce about it and also thank the people who were involved in it. Like, I remember back in August, it was a really hard time for me. July, I had like some falling outs with some friends, like multiple friends, and I was like, I was approaching my final year of university, and I was trying to find a job and an internship, and all of this stuff was happening. And on top of that, I was like, at that time, I went to Denmark to do a study program for about a month in the summertime. And it was just very hard because I had a lot of change at once, like within a week. Me and one of my friends had a falling out, and then another friend I found out, don't want to be a friend anymore. And, like that happens in life. And I remember when I went to Denmark, I was so lost. Like when I first arrived, that is. But right away, I felt very safe in the space I was in because I was with a bunch of animators and we were just animating. I found people who had interests similar to mine for the first time. And like I'm mentioning this because QSMP was also a part of this. I remember, doing animations in the day, 7 hours a day, and just watching Slimecicle streams. I remember when I think it was when Juana Flipa came back, and I was just like, what? And it was like so exciting to like get up every day and like try to see if there was a new stream out, because like I would watch them in the mornings because time difference. I would watch the VODs, and yeah, it was just like a very interesting time. And I would just sit and like watch the videos while I animated, obviously not paying a million times attention because I'm animating, but they were so nice to have on and just be like, what are these silly people up to? Like, what is happening with the story? What is going on? And with like Jaden and Cucurucho, like that was crazy. Like I made a ton of fan art about this. Actually, the fan art that's on your screen right now, that is something I made during my time in that animation school, like when I had some free time at night. But yeah, it was like a really big time for me, and QSMP really helped me process a lot of what was happening during that time, because whenever I would have free time, I would watch QSMP while I probably did something or just like watched it. And yeah, it really helped me move past some of the struggles I was going through at that point. And I don't know, I have to always be thankful for that. Like, again, as I said, like once I got my internship, once all this stuff happened, I couldn't really catch up or keep up with the QSMP because, that's just kind of how life goes sometimes. And it's, you do your best you can. But I will always be appreciative for what the QSMP offered. As I said, not only the gaming space, but just like me as a person, because I felt like I had a lot of connection in that community, and it's really sad to see it go. And as I said, a lot of things on my channel got jump started and like went sort of like popped off, got a lot of views and stuff because of QSMP. And I really enjoyed making content for the QSMP fandom. As you see on your screen, I'm showing all the speed drawings I've been doing that I made for the QSMP. And yeah, here's the final results, including the animations, the comics, all the stuff that I made during my time in the fandom, just to really thank everyone who was involved in the project for doing such amazing work, bringing these characters to life. It was amazing, and I'm always going to be grateful.